Welcome everyone to our very first backtesting jam session. And this is something that I would like to continue and do this as an ongoing basis. So first of all, let's take a look at what exactly is this and why am I doing this and how will we do this? Okay, so one of the questions that I get often is how do I develop confidence in my strategy? So this is one of the top questions I get from people that I have worked with, whether I have personally coached that person or it's somebody that I have talked to through one of the strategy calls, or somebody that I have just talked to, somebody who's a trader, and I may have met them and at one of the meetups that I do, and I've talked to them. So that's one of the top questions that I get. So how do you develop confidence in your strategy? The easiest way to develop confidence in your strategy is to put it through the ringer, right? So to try it out, to test it and see what kind of results you get. Because unless you have tried it, you don't know how it's going to work. And each person will generally bring their own personality to the strategy, and they will do things slightly differently. So it's a good idea to put the strategy through the ringer, give it a try, see what kind of results you get, and see how you adapt to it. Because over time, when you do it again and again, you will find that you start adapting the strategy to your personality. So it's kind of like this. So when let's say you're playing basketball, you may be taught to throw a basketball a certain way. For example, Stephen Curry, he's one of the top players in NBA, and he has a very unique way of shooting ball. He does it in his own unique way, and he was told growing up that it was a wrong way to do it. But he has mastered that because that's what worked for him. So he practiced the throw over and over and over again, and he got really good at it. So this is what you'll find. So when we do it over and over again, we bring our own unique personality and style to it, and we'll master how we take these trades. And one of the biggest challenge that I have personally seen, this is with myself and with others that I have coached, is that backtesting is one of the hardest things to do. One, because first of all, who wants to practice, right? Making time to practice is very hard. And then also, we don't know how to do it, what kind of parameters we need to set, what exactly we're doing. There's a lot of questions and a lot of confusion around backtesting. So it's one of those things that nobody really wants to do, and we all know that we need to do it, but nobody wants to do it. Some people have done it off and on, and yet they've seen some results from it, but nobody wants to do it on a consistent basis. So I thought, why don't we come together as a group? Because it's always easier to do something with someone rather than trying to do it on your own. So I thought, why don't I do this for all of us, and you guys can join me. You can participate in it by doing it this way, and see what kind of results we are getting together. And then if you wanted to try it out, I would highly encourage you to try this out on your own as well. I would say make time to do it. But just to get things started, you can certainly do it with me and follow along with me as well. So this is not something that I'm going to do once or a couple of times and then we'll be done. This will be like an ongoing process, sort of like the Turning Pro Challenge. So in trading, we can't just be one and done. It does not work. You can have a good week, a good month, a good year, but to have any kind of a long-term success in this, we have to keep honing our skills. We have to stay on top of the game, and we have to really bring it to the table every single day, week, month, and year. And that's why when I created a Turning Pro Challenge, it wasn't about a week or a couple of weeks. I wasn't showing you the results that are immediate results, but this is something we're going to continue on for the long term, and I will show you the good and bad. I'm showing you the good and bad in that. Same thing with the back testing. However, there isn't same kind of pressure in this one because there is really no failing. We're just testing it out. We're just tossing the ball around and seeing what kind of results we can get. So there's really no downside in this. The only downside is that it takes time and it takes commitment. So we'll do this over the long term. So we'll do it for a year and we'll see how everything goes here. And then we will, every week, I will, once a week, I'll do a little wrap up to share the results with everyone. So, and as we go on, we'll build upon those results, and then we'll sort of tweak things as we go along. Okay, so the first thing, first thing is, what strategy are we going to be testing? We're going to be testing one of my favorite strategies, which is the strategy of doing a daily analysis. I do a bar by bar analysis every single day, and I find the market direction by doing that. So there are two things that we would be looking for. One will be, the biggest thing will be, what direction are we expecting the market to go? And second will be, within that, what would be the best place to place a trade if you were wanting to go in the direction of the market. So those are the two things we'll be taking a look at. So within this, I have done a webinar on this strategy previously, so I will post that in the Facebook group. I did, if you're on my mailing list, I did send out an email earlier today with the link to that, but I'll put it in the Facebook group as well, so you guys can go check it out. There are a couple of things within that strategy. We take a look at the market direction, and then we also break it down to 1 hour. So we'll start off just with the market direction. I will start off with Euro US dollar, just because there's enough liquidity. It's one of the majors, and we have the spreads are small in Euro dollar. We'll start off by testing 2 years of data, and we'll go day by day. So based on each daily candle close, we'll predict the market direction for the following day, and then we will take a look at some of the parameters, like how far did the market go, did the target get hit, if not, did the market go, first of all, did the price go in the direction that we were expecting it to go? And then secondly, how far in that direction did the price go? Because sometimes what happens is price will go up. So let's say our direction we are projecting is up. It will go up, it will go to the next level. And I like to use pivot points. We'll go from our daily pivot to R1 and then turn around. So if you're looking at pound, so a couple days ago, yesterday, this is exactly what happened with the British pound, pound dollar. It went up, went to R1, and then reversed from there. So those are the kinds of things that we will be looking at. Is there major support and resistance in that area? Is that a previous turning point in the market? Those are some of the things that we'll be looking at. So that's where we'll start. We'll start with Euro US dollar, and we'll start with that simple thing, how to predict the market direction. Because if we can get the market direction correct, it's easier to get the trade correct within that. So that's what we're going to be looking at. So that's just to set it up. And in terms of the software that we'll be using, so if you don't know how to backtest, don't worry about it. This is exactly what I'll show you. The software that I'm going to be using is called Forex Tester. So if you have been to my website, there's only two things that I am an affiliate for, or I recommend to people. I get calls or messages or emails from all kinds of brokers and all kinds of people wanting me to sell their products. I'm not interested in selling other people's products on my website, especially if I haven't used them. I don't, I am just not comfortable forcing something on someone. I don't care about small commissions or IB, whatever spreads that they will pay you. That's not where my sweet spot is. I just want to teach. I want to have fun. I want to trade. That's really what I want from my business in terms of being online. So that's why I don't really, share a lot of different products. But this is a product that I've used in the past myself. That's why this is a product that I'm comfortable with. Now, I have tried their Forex Tester 2, which was the previous version to this. I understand this is a new and improved version. So if you wanted to check it out, I've created a link here. So let me post that link. I think they do a free trial. So check it out if you're interested. But again, if you just want to follow along, you don't have to purchase it. So here we go. So this is the one that we will be using. And so I haven't installed back as Forex Tester in a long time, because once you install it, it's in your computer and you have it for as long as you use it. It's a one-time licensing fee, from what I understand. So this is what we'll be using. And now I have talked to them, and because I'm going to be using this software, they did give us a special here. So this is just for our community, Trading with Venus community. I think what they're doing is offering a special $30 discount if you go through this link, because if you go to their website, it's for $269. If you go through this link, you save $30. So that's, but there is a beginner. Oh, I don't know. So go check it out if you want to. I am an affiliate for them, so that's just a disclosure there. So again, so that's what the software we'll be using. So today, what we'll be doing, we'll be downloading and installing the software, and we'll go through the process of setting it up. So let's get started with it. So let's go download. I don't have this on this computer. I have Forex Tester 2 on a different computer, but this is the improved version of it. So I want to make sure I install this. So let's download it. So I don't want to buy. So let's say I will download my free trial here. Okay, so open. So I just click the download button here to download, and I click run when it has downloaded. So it should bring us here. So setup wizard. So let's go next. I accept the agreement. Please read the agreement. And then I would accept it. Forex Tester 3. So they do recommend that we install this right off of the C drive, not under the program files. A lot of the programs will go into C:\program files folder, because they said that it doesn't work very well if you install it under program files. It works better if you install it right off of your C drive. So that's what we'll do. So we'll click on next. And then we do want it to be installed in the Forex Tester 3 folder here. And then I will create a quick launch button as well. So it puts it down here so I can get to it quickly. So that's all we need. It's ready to install. I'm putting it in the C:\Forex Tester folder. Forex Tester 3 will be the start menu. And then I'm creating desktop and quick launch icons. So let's install this. Okay, so it's installed now. So we'll finish and we'll launch the Forex Tester here. So the installation here was quick and painless, which is a good sign. So this is what we get here. So there's a little tutorial that you could go through. And now, so this is our, this is what we have here. So let me, before we do that, so let me go and register this. So register Forex Tester. So let me register this here. I do have a registration key that I will use. So I will put my email address. And where is my registration key? Is right here. So put the registration key and activate. So this will register our Forex Tester. This way I will have all the different functionality that it's supposed to come with. Okay, so it looks like I need to restart the program after registration so that it won't be in demo mode. So we'll do that. All right, so here we go. So it's all reinstalled. So if you take a look at the program itself, right now, this looks similar to MT4. I use MT4 for my charts and stuff. So it looks similar. However, we can't bring our MT4 templates into Forex Tester. We have to set up the templates here. What we have here is our different symbols. And then we have our, as we test here, the good thing about this program is that it will give us, it will keep track of all the stats. So that's what we need. So it will also show we're starting out with $10,000 in equity. And as we take trades, it will keep track of our P&L at the bottom there. So first thing that we need to do here is we need to go to the data center and we need to download data. So like I said, we'll start with Euro US dollar. I will only start with one pair for now, just because it's easier to do that. So so it gives us different brokers that we can download data from. It doesn't really matter who we pick. So I do have, okay, so I know this broker, I know FXDD, so I will pick them. And it doesn't matter who you pick though, just pick one. Okay, so and then once I have selected what broker, so first I select the pair, the symbol that I want to bring the data in for, then I select the broker that I want to use, and then I would go update from server here. So where do we want to download the history? So we'll go quite a way backwards. However, to begin with, let's do 2017, but we'll go January 1, 2017 to current, and then we will go backwards from there. So we'll start off with 1 year of history, and then we'll go from there. So I will download 1 minute tick history and then click on update. You may not have enough space, so hopefully I'll have enough space here. Let's see. I should have enough space because we are only downloading for one pair, so it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so it's downloading, and then we'll try to set up our template. So while it's downloading that, let me go back to their site here, and they had a place where we could, there was some help with installation, instructions on how to install Forex Tester. I'll go there just so that I want to make sure that we are doing it properly. So I think we have done the installation. They have a support here, or they go through detailed versions of how to install the software, which is basically what we just went through. This is the process we followed. So if you need help with this, you can just come here and follow this. But we have already gone through this process. So the next step here, we have launched Forex Tester. We have registered it. Next step here is making chart adjustments. So we'll take a look at that because we do need to set up our charts the way we want it. So we may want to make changes there. So it's still downloading the data. So let's go back here and we'll quickly go through the steps here. Okay, so the first thing, they have different modes that you can have your charts in. You can have line charts, bar charts, or candlestick charts. By default, I think it's candlestick charts, so we'll stay with that. Don't need to change anything there. And next, so yeah, we'll use that. and then talk about spreads. 3 pips spread is fine. Oh, you know what? They also do Renko charts. Maybe down the road we'll test out Renko charts. I have done a webinar on how to trade Heikin-Ashi charts, and the Renko charts are very, very close or very similar to Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. So maybe we'll do. I have on my YouTube channel, I have a strategy, a free webinar that I did on how to use Heikin-Ashi. If you want to do that, the good thing about Heikin-Ashi and where a lot of traders may find that helpful is. It helps you stay with the trend. It helps you stay in the trade longer than you would with the regular candlesticks because it smooths out the price. So that's one of the strategies we can test as well. But for now, so let's take a look. So this is what we'll need. We'll need to change our chart characteristics. So this is where we will go to. So let me go back and check if that has, okay, so if it's been done. All right, so it looks like it has been imported. Okay, so exit. All right, so here's our dollar chart. So we don't really need these pairs, so we can just close these ones and close that. So this is the one we will need. This is the default. So we have a candlestick chart and we don't really, looks like an Ichimoku cloud. We don't really need that. So let's change here. So go to chart settings. And okay, so I don't like black charts. They're just hard to read. So let's change the black here. Blue and gray, midnight blue, silver. So we'll start with silver. So I like, let's see what that looks like. So it's kind of hard to see the candlestick. So let's change that. I like the silver background, just easier on the eyes. So frame and text, black is fine. Candle up should be green. I like having the green candlesticks. Candle down, let's make that red. Here we go. And candle up filler, actually, this is probably not correct because it does the outline. So we'll keep the outline black and we'll keep the candle down outline black. Filler is what we need. So candle up filler would be green. And then we need candle down filler, we need red. So now we get a red and green candlesticks. And then period separators will be light coral. So that's what we have. So now I don't really want this, these indicators on here. So let's change that to a list of indicators. So this is very similar to MT4 here. So we'll just click on that and delete. So no indicators, we just want a regular chart. And the time frame that I will select for this will be 1 day. So we are looking at a daily candlestick, and based on the daily candlestick, we'll make a decision on the direction for the next day. So that's how we'll test it out. And now let's save this project. Save project. A file. Save project as. So let's give this daily, let's call it daily candlesticks. Okay, perfect. So here we go. So let's start the test. So there are a couple ways of doing this. You can just start the test and then it will run. Or you can pause it. So I don't want it to go 1 minute at a time. I would like it to go 1 day at a time. So if you do that, each bar will be a daily bar. So as we can see, this is Euro US dollar daily chart. Our time frame is daily, and we are going by 1 day a week. Oh, sorry, 1 day per bar. So each time we do the bar, it's 1 day. So here we can either just let the test run. So we can just continue with the test. So this is the pause button here. But if we just let it run, what it will do is it will just print daily candlesticks and show us what's going on. What I do like to do is I like to pause it, and I like to go bar by bar, which means that each time I like to press the bar. So right now we won't actually take any trades, but let's see if we can predict the market direction based on what's going on here. So there's not enough data for us to really draw any conclusions about where the support resistance line is. So we'll just do a quick experiment. So today we won't actually take any trades. Tomorrow when we come back to do this again, I will first share the strategy with you, and then we'll take a look at the parameters that we're going to test, and then we'll do this test. So today we'll just do, just kind of have fun here with how to test it. So once we start the test, I quickly pause it because I'm going to do one candlestick at a time. If you unpause it, it will just go through the candlesticks. It will just run through it. This one also has automated a way of testing, so you can automate your strategy and test it. You can tell it when to take trades and so forth. So we'll just do it manually, not going to automate it. So let's see. So with this one, if I press the spacebar key, it will do one candlestick at a time, or you can just click on this arrow here, which will also step you forward one candlestick at a time. So with this one, let's see what's going on here. So we have a bearish candle close here. Price has rejected the high multiple times here. And also we can, just like our MetaTrader here, we can draw our support resistance levels here as well. So just based on this information that we have right at the moment, this is what I'm seeing. Price hasn't been able to break above this high. There's a little bit of a zone of a resistance here. Price is closed below this area. So what can we learn, or what is the chart telling us? The charts, what I see from the chart is that we have a bearish candlestick close. So I would be expecting the next day to be bearish as well. So let's see if that's what we get. If my thing will move, let's see. Okay. What am I doing? So my test is on. Okay, let me start it again. And okay, so it looks like we're stuck at a month's worth of data here. Let's go back to the data center. Oh, you know what? We only downloaded a month's worth of data. So let's go back. Let's take a look here. We'll go for euro dollar. So as we can see, we do want to make sure we pick the right dates. No, those dates are correct. So download new history. So download, actually, let's try again here. So we're going for 2017, and we'll go with January to 2018 for, yeah, and then so we'll try that. Okay, looks like we'll have to download this again. So while we are doing this, does anybody have any questions? So it looks like there is something red here. Tick history. So we have, so it looks like there's a bunch of data missing. All right, so let's give it a try. So here we are. We'll do it again. Okay, so we'll start, let's start fresh. So we'll start again, we'll do one day at a time, we'll start the test, and let's pause it. Okay, so we'll start from here. So let's see, what do we get here? We have an update. This is a bullish candle close. So the next day I would be looking for a bullish move here. So we didn't get that. So it looks like price rejected this level here. And this is how, So right now, I'm not going to be taking any trades, but starting tomorrow, we will take trades. So here now we have a bearish candle close. I would be looking for price to drop further. So it drops, so our market direction was correct. We have a nice bearish engulfing candle. I would be looking for price to drop further. And we did see the price drop, but then it went up. And now we have basically an indecision candle. We have a spinning top. We have pins on both sides and the small candle body. So this is not the day I would be trading this pair. And this is how I'll be walking you through the test as well when we're doing this. So I would not place a trade there. I will skip that. So we are waiting for price to show us the move that it wants to do. So now we have a big bearish candle close here. The next day, I would be looking for a down move. So right now we're not deciding where to place a trade. That will come later. Right now we're just looking to predict market direction. So based on this, I would be looking for a further drop. But just to a comment about this, a lot of times when we have a huge drops, price can pull back and then drop further. So just keep that in mind. It dropped further, so we were correct. Now we have a big pin on the downside, which means that a buyer stepped in here or price got rejected at this level here and it pushed up. So this would not be a candle that I would trade. So we would skip that. We just go forward. As we see, there's nothing there. Next one. So now we have pushed up, but we are into our resistance here, as we can see. So not a candle that I would trade because we see bullishness, but then we see long pin on the top as well. So not the best one to trade. So I would skip this pair for the day. And now we have a bearish candle close. So what does this chart tell us at this moment? So what we're seeing is we have a bearish trend, and then price tried to break down, pulled back again, and then rejected at the same level, and now we have a bearish candle close. So I would be looking for price to drop further. So my bias will be to the downside. And now price has pushed up and it tries to break through this level once again. So right now we have a sideways move. Again, I would not be trading this candlestick because as we can see, price has pushed up and price has gone sideways for the last 4 days here. Nothing much has happened. So I would skip this trade and I would look for a different pair to trade for that day. But since we are only taking trades for euro dollar here, so we'll just go next. So this is an important thing to remember from price. See how price got stuck here and was not able to break, and now we have seen a big drop. So right now we are only looking at market direction, but when you are trading in your day-to-day, what you will notice is when price goes to test, see how price is testing this level once again? When price tests this level and you get a big bearish engulfing candle close or some chart pattern on, let's say, a 1-hour chart, this would be a good trade to take because price has rejected this level several times and it tries to break through but didn't manage to. So when you would go to a 1-hour chart, which we'll do later on, but we want to start with simple things here, you would see a 1-hour actually 1 hour would be a good one because that's the easiest one to trade. So you would see some sort of a reversal pattern on 1 hour, and this will be a trade that you'd be able to take. All right, so the next one after that, I meant to say big bearish candle close, the direction would be bearish, and we get that. So now we have a pin again here, just like this one. We have a pin, not as big as this one, but regardless, it's a pin. We're still bearish though, so this is a candle that I would trade, but now see how big of a drop we have had. Now do keep in mind, we don't know what happened from fundamentals perspective, so we're not taking into account any news, any fundamentals, nothing of that sort. So this is not a perfect test, this is just purely technical. But in real life, we do need to take those things in perspective as well. So when you do your daily analysis, you would be looking for those items. So we basically start with the premise, which is our daily analysis, and then we layer it with different things on top. Okay, so based on this one here, I would be looking for price to drop, and we see price gap down there. Now we have again, I would not be trading that one because it's a tiny little, probably weekend candle. Now we're pulling back, a bullish candle here. So I will be looking for price to come back and test this level again. And as you can see, price tested this level, so our direction was correct. So we are closing right into the high of this, and we have a big bullish candle. I would be looking for price to go up, and price gets stuck here. So now we have our resistance. So in real life, we would be able to look to the left because we'll have history there. But see how this looks very similar. So basically what that's telling us is that overall it's downtrend. We have pulled back, and now we have a bearish candle close. So I'd be looking for price to drop further from here. So let's see if it does that. It pulls back, but it stays below this. So I'm still expecting price to drop. So it drops. I'm still expecting price to drop because it's staying below our resistance level right here. So let's see. And now I am stuck in terms of data. All right, so I think we will stop here. So I need to figure out why my data is not loading beyond 1 month. But this is what we'll be doing. So I will post a link to the strategy that I am testing. I've done a webinar on this. It is my favorite strategy. The biggest thing with this strategy is to find the market direction, right? So based on my experience with it, the percentage wise, we're looking at about 70 to 75% success rate in terms of predicting market direction. And so if you can get that, then we're looking at, and then it's just a matter of finding the right place to enter the trade, right? So the biggest problem, biggest challenge that I see most traders face is finding the market direction. So that's the base level we're going to start with, and then we'll build the strategy further by looking at where to take the trades. So so this is what we're going to do. I will look at the data and see why it's not loading the data, load the data, and tomorrow we will actually start taking trades. So this way we were just guessing where price was going to go, but tomorrow we'll start taking trades, or maybe we'll do a go bar by bar, and then we'll come back and look at 1 hour, which is the second half of the strategy, looking at an hourly chart and taking trades from there. So excuse me. So let's see. Let me think about that. But the basic premise is the market direction. So that will be the first thing that we'll take a look at. So so that's the strategy. You guys, I would suggest watching that webinar so you understand that a little bit better. But we will go through this, and we will do this for at least 4 days a week until we get to the end of the strategy, or we're satisfied with our results. And then we will try a couple of different, couple of other strategies as well, perhaps look at Renko bars there and test those out. But again, I am very excited about back testing. It's so much easier to do it when somebody else is doing it with you. So thank you for joining me on this on this process of back testing. I think it'll be fun to talk about the results and see what kind of results we can get and see how we can tweak the strategy. So if we do it together, it'll be easier for all of us, and we will all learn something from it. So my goal is to be the best Forex trader in the world. It's an audacious goal, and what I see is there is a lot of work in front of me. I'm good, but I am not the best. So it is my goal this year to really commit to doing that. I think all my life I've sort of just kind of just gone along. I've checked my boxes, but I haven't really committed to anything. And this is something that I'm really passionate about. Trading is my passion. I am a full-time trader, so this is all I do. So I want to really take it to the next level. And one part of taking to the next level is making sure is practicing, right? So even NBA players have to practice, and as such, we all have to practice as Forex traders as well, so that we always continue developing our skills and we continue growing. So backtesting is a part of that. And we'll continue on with that. We'll do this over a course of a few months. And looking back, hopefully you'll learn something as we go through this process. If you have questions, we can, so please post them in the Facebook group, and I will make sure to help you find some answers for those. So that's it for today. So we'll wrap it up here. So again, tomorrow we'll be doing this at 4:30 Eastern Time, 2:30 Mountain Time. So I invite you to join me in this, and we'll be back again tomorrow. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow then.